Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, and giving the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee. If you're zipping through the drive-thru, double check your order. Just saying. Sit back, lock that beverage into your cup holder, keep an eye on the road, watch out for the other guy, and join the crew this morning because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. And I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into drive this morning. Thanks for bringing us along. Happy Thursday. Yes, happy Thursday morning. Shall we have a beverage first? Yeah, that's what we do here in the Car Connection Workshop. Is we like to have a swiggy along with our listeners that take us on the road with them on the way to work. So let's count it down. We count it down, 3, 2, 1. Don't forget to have your 16-pack Crayola crayons. And we've come up with a new idea. Just take a yard bag. It's already pre-folded. Take it with you in the car. Give the crayons to your co-pilot. You say, did you get that? Did you write that down? No excuse, because you can just keep unfolding that yard bag. You got yourself one monstrous memo pad. So whatever your favorite morning beverage, raise it up. We count down 3, 2, 1, and we have a swiggy together. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Gotta get you some of that. Absolutely scrumptious. Well, let's take a moment and give thanks to those program partners and recommended businesses that you can find on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. And the short form is ccbusnet.com. I always include that in the description of the podcast. Wherever you pull your podcasts from, just type in the search box Car Connection Workshop and you will find us there, okay? Also on the homepage of our website, little housekeeping tips. We now have every link that you possibly could need to connect with us and be part of the Car Connection Motormouth crew on the top right-hand corner of the homepage at ccbusnet.com, short for carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. So we got our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. Why Stevensville? My pops has lived there 40-some-odd years, and I know all the business owners around there, my favorite eateries. It's just a great, quaint little town where the mom-and-pop shops are working hard, cranking it out every single day, and giving you nothing but their best. So that's StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca. They built us a profile page there. Click on the businesses tab, and you'll find our profile. You can email us from there. We also have our iHeart Radio tab there as well. Just click on the icon. Boom. You come right to our channel. Here on iHeart, we're on Apple Music. We're on Spotify. We're on Amazon and all the platforms. So shred us out there. Just keep shredding us and putting us out there to your family, your friends, your coworkers. Help us build this channel. We just come off of 31 years on radio with our program called Car Connection, live call-in automotive program. Yes, I do miss some of the listeners that we gained all those years, but you know what? They found us over here, and we're now putting a show out 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 30-plus minutes. Sometimes it's 30. Sometimes it's 42. Who's counting? But, you know, you got to kind of finish what you're saying, right? So our website is there. The link is also there for our merch so that you can purchase some merch and help someone to get to Total Freedom Dairy Center, New York, USA, and that's also for Canadians as well. That's the men and women campus. Total Freedom Sydney, Manitoba, Canada is for men only, facilitated with Rick and Robin. And do they know what they're doing? They've walked the walk and talked the talk. They've been there. Addictions. People with addictions. You know what? They'll blame everyone and take it out on everyone they love. But this is a place where we can help them. And that's what Car Connection in Mouldermouth has been about for 31 years. Let's help each other. You can either try and go through this thing called life on your own and struggle, but when it comes to addictions, we need all the tools in the toolbox we can muster, and thank goodness we have the teams at Total Freedom Dairy Center, New York, and Total Freedom City, Manitoba. So when you buy some merchandise from our safe store, you can order what you like in your size and your color. Proceeds from the merchandise go to Total Freedom so we can help those who can't spare the funds to get there. Let's get them there, right? Let's get them there. You buy some gear, you get something for your money, and we're helping. And that's what's important. So thank you for them being there. It's important. It's very important that we do that. Crystal Ridge Dream Center is our nonprofit faith-based organization that we aligned ourselves with in 2025, and we're going to carry on with them into 2026. Here's what they do. They serve men, women, children, meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. I can't even begin to tell you everything they do there, but I'll tell you what. You give them $1, they'll hammer it. They'll hammer it into $5. Give them a nickel, they'll turn it into $1. They don't waste anything. They feed out the door well over 200 people every Tuesday and Friday. And I'll tell you, the Christmas celebration begins this Friday, where these great big moving boxes from U-Haul are filled with enough food to put on a turkey dinner and gifts and toys for the family, and they have to apply for that ahead of time. And there'll be an amazing staff there. Well, they're not actually staff. They're all volunteers, 61 plus, handing those boxes out, and they're huge. They're absolutely huge. So I hope to be able, well, you'll be able to, they'll post it up on their Facebook page so that you can see that happen. If you don't shed a tear when you see that happening, then you need to breathe on a mirror, because you know what? I don't think you're quite alive. It's amazing. So if you can see it clear to get involved any way, shape, or form, do so. And you know what? You'll be changing lives as well, doing what we all don't have the talent, the time, and the gifts to do, right? But we can throw a few bucks in there, maybe some grocery store gift cards to help with the feedings on Tuesday and Friday. I leave that with you. And for all of you who do that, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thanks to Earl and Louise Grant. These two are amazing. Amazing couple. They're car guys. They love the car business. They love meeting the people. They look forward to meeting you. And you will not want to go home. You won't. After you purchase a vehicle from them, you meet Earl and Louise, you'll know that you found your car buying family for life. So auto sales, leasing, financing, they do it all. They sell no junk, and they don't pass along any junk. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. That's how they've earned the title Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. They do carry a pretty decent inventory of vehicles. If you don't see the particular vehicle that would suit you best, let Earl and Louise do all the legwork for you, because they have over 25 years of resources, and I'll tell you, they know how to pick them. Let them do it for you. Buy with confidence, be treated with nothing less than honesty, integrity. That's City Auto Sales and Leasing. Rainbow Motors and Garage, that's Rita and Ramiz, the brothers up in Scarborough. Been a part of Car Connection for a long time. Sales and service you can trust. Again, they sell no junk. You can buy it there, service it there. They look after all years, makes, and models of vehicles up and including light commercial vehicles. Yeah, light trucks and commercial vehicles as well. That's what they do. Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service that you can trust. Let them know that Car Connection sent you. Great people. Great people. There's still a lot of people that they met through our radio programs that are their customers, and Rita said to me, Niall, just want to let you know we're taking good care of them after all these years. To our certified financial planning professionals that are there to answer your questions, give you straight-up answers when it comes to investments, working to get rid of debt, get the debt dragging off your back, estate planning, powers of attorney, wills and powers of attorney, the whole package, mortgages, life insurance, critical illness insurance. An hour and a coffee is what you get because you listen to our podcast and you're connected with yours truly, Motormouth. Let them know that we sent you. Connect with either one. You've got two of the best in all of Canada, and they've been recognized for that many, many, many times. They're very humble fellas. I call them my brothers from other mothers. I've worked with them. They are my personal financial planners, and I run everything past them. And if I get the stink eye, I know I'm not on the right track. They're just going to give me a tap and nudge me back into position. Tony Miele, Larry Tetro. You'll find them on our website. Connect and get that discovery meeting we call an hour and a coffee. Nobody's selling you anything. Nothing. There will be nothing to buy, nothing to be sold to you, no finger pointing, nothing. We all make mistakes. We all don't have the answers, but I'll tell you what, they'll get you on track. If you grab their coattails, watch life change. And to Niagara Block, amazing Grimo family, building Canada since 1931 in Niagara Falls. Building products and hardscape landscaping materials. If you're looking to create that special oasis in your backyard or fix up around your home and you want some hardscape landscaping, they have everything that you can imagine to create that special space just for you. Connect with them. You'll love their customer service. Well, let's jump in this morning. I do have another Motormouth tech tip. Not a winter tech tip, just a tech tip. So listen up. Get your co-pilot there with the crayons and the leaf bag. Well, we'll just call them yard bags. I'm going to start calling them memo pads. They're an excellent idea. I think it should be a main staple. Well, my Motormouth tech tip today is entitled, Don't Skip the Spare. Not the one around your waist, all right? We don't talk about that stuff. That's a private thing. It's personal. Well, a classic rookie mistake is neglecting the spare tire, even this time of year. You know what? I think this is the worst time of year to get a flat tire. It's just on the bottom, I know, but just the same. In the snow, in the slush, ice, cold, it's not a pleasantry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not. It's absolutely not a pleasantry at any time. But if it had to happen, I would prefer it be warm, blue sky, and lots of sunshine, right? But this time of year, how many people think about that spare tire? When was the last time you checked it? Is it flat? It's useless then. It's just as bad as the one that's being taken off. It's absolutely useless. Give it a pressure check and make sure your jack and tools are where they should be, because roadside flats, they don't wait for 888. They test your prep game. Exactly. And we were doing for many years with our radio broadcasts and our recommended businesses, we had businesses going both sides of the border. We had automotive shops in the U.S. We were on ESPN for 12 and a half years, and we developed some great relationship with some automotive shops over in the Cheektowaga, Buffalo area, West Seneca, all over. And we held some women's service clinics. We put the ladies in coveralls. We had 3 or 4 service bays based on the shop and instructors in each, and the ladies got an opportunity to perform 4 different services in each one of those service bays. We had a blast, and we had other businesses coming alongside sponsoring so we could have finger foods and stuff after the program, and we had a great big group shot with the ladies, and they loved it. And one of the setups was with licensed mechanics changing a flat tire, only using the tools that came with your vehicle from the factory. So no quick pump floor jacks, nothing. Just and no electric tools. Just what the vehicle was born with from the factory, to remove the flat tire, jack the vehicle up, and put on the spare and tighten it down the whole 9 yards. And the ladies absolutely went crazy because they could see that they could do it. And they did it. And we did that for quite some time, and we could only take 12 ladies in at a time, and it would sell out. With the ticket sales went to a local charity of choice from the shop host. So the owner of the shop got to pick the charity, and it was a blast. So could you do that? That's my question for you. And put a comment in on our YouTube channel. I don't know, whatever video you pick, put a comment. Could you? It's my question, ladies. Could you? Would you? Should you? If you got a flat in the snow, or in this this wintry weather, or summer weather, either or, would you know what to do, where the tools are in your vehicle, what they are, what they look like, and how to get that flat tire off and get the spare on there? And number 2, is your spare any good? Is it pumped up? Or is it flat as well? Something to think about. Put a comment down for me. I wanna hear from you. Maybe ask hubby, hey, how's our spare doing on the car? It's okay if it's his car. It's your car, the one that you're driving, ladies. It's your car. How's my spare, and do I have all the components if I had a flat that I would be able to change it? And here's a challenge. You got a dry area in the garage. You get your car in, practice, see if you can do it. If you can take the wheel nuts off, get all the components out, get it jacked up safely, and again, using only the tools the car was born with from the factory. There's the challenge. I want to hear from some of you. Could you do it? And have you done it? And would you do it? If AAA was going to be 4 or 5 hours to get to you, are you going to sit there and wait? I don't know. I know I wouldn't. I'd be out there getting it done. So be safe. Keep it under 100 and stay tuned for another Motormouth Tech Tip. Well, today's topic is a hot one. It really is. No, it's not summertime. Unfortunately, here along the south shores of Lake Erie, where the Car Connection workshop and the studio is located, single digits last night. I could actually hear the knots on the trees screaming. Yeah! Not like that. Probably like, ah! I don't know. Anyways, here's the deal. The service light comes on in the dash. I already hear some panic. And you don't need to. This is the thing. Fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what that stands for. False evidence appearing real. Service light comes on, doesn't mean the car is going to blow up. Wheels are going to blow off. Windows are going to blow out. All the airbags are going to go off. Yeah, the car's going to start on fire. It doesn't mean that. Now, if the service light comes on and it's flashing, that means get the thing up, pull it over, and shut it off, because that means there's something serious going on, and we don't want to cause catastrophic damage to the motor, transmission, or something that's worth buka bucks. Got it? So just keep that in mind. The other thing we need to keep in mind also is, if the service light is still on and it's been on forever and a day, 1,000 Sundays, and we got a piece of hockey tape or an old business card or a former mother-in-law or a pet that's been dead for years over the service light, that's not a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. One of these days when I do write a book and talk about, the title's going to be Fix It But Don't Spend Any Money, and I just recently did a podcast on that. So if you haven't heard it, you got to go back. You got to find that one. You got to listen to that one. I would want to put something in a chapter of that book entitled Fix It But Don't Spend Any Money. The things that I would see covering up the service light, because the service light has been on and annoying the driver for so long that they decided to put something in front of it and just completely ignore it. Yeah, I would like to comment on that in the book. Fix it, but don't spend any money. Check engine light is on for a reason, is to let you know that something has been flagged by one of the onboard computers, and it's saying, hey, yo, yeah, you. That's right, you, behind the steering wheel. I see something, possibly smell something, but I'm letting you know. Something is going on that needs to be checked. And I've kind of nicknamed it the money light. Not myself. Watching all of you when the service light comes on. Because you immediately think, oh, geez, this is going to bust the budget in the house this month. We really don't need the service light on right now. This is bad timing. You automatically turn a shrub into a tree. That's what I want to kind of clear up today. If the service light is on and it's been on for quite some time, and once in a while, if it's been on for quite some time, it'll go off. And then you'll get all excited and maybe buy an extra latte that day and celebrate. Yes, the freaking money light went off. And tell everybody at work, yeah, the light went off. It's self-healed. Spoiler alert. Nope, it did not self-heal. I just want you to know that. I don't want to be that bearer of bad news, but the service light and the computer, they're buddies. They work together, and it will cycle that light off. But the fault codes are still stored in memory on the ECM, the electronic control module, the computer. So it will wait, and then it will put it back on, and then you'll go, oh, crap, with a big K. Yeah, it was out for 2 days. It's back on. Dang, this can't be happening to me. Maybe I'm not living right. Maybe that's it. Maybe I had too much extra cheese, pepperoni, and bacon bits on my pizza yesterday. No, it doesn't know any of that. But here's the thing. If that service light has been on for some time, if something truly goes wrong, catastrophic, the light can't come on again because it's already on. So it can't warn you. So if there are other things going on behind the scenes that it needs to warn you about, it can't. And you haven't been paying attention anyway, because a lot of times I can't count the number of times we'd pull a vehicle in and go, call the customer and go, you know the service light's on? Oh, yeah, it's been on for a little while. What's a little while? About a year. Pardon? Can you speak up? I didn't quite get that. About a year. Holy smokes, Batman. I think I ripped my leotards. Over a year? Are you kidding me? We need to get a look at that. Well, that's going to cost $1 million. We don't have the money to fix that. Well, do you know what it is? Why the light came on? No. Well, my neighbor came over and he did a little something, and then he said, yeah, it's just the gas cap or an oxygen sensor. I went through the same thing. So then you go and you buy those parts and you put them on, and then he comes over with his little doodad, plugs it in, and he goes, there you go. Oh, you're such a good neighbor. And then the very next day, you drive it to work. Bam! The money light comes back on. Check engine light's on. Crap. Crappy crap. Plus crap. divided by crap equals crap. How do you tell your neighbor, lights back on? Oh, I don't know what that is. I'll come over and I'll check it with my little doodad, my little thingy. Plugs in his little thingy. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Oh, well, you told me to change the oxygen sensor in the fuel cap. Well, don't listen to me. I don't know nothing. I'm just repeating stories that I heard for 11 years when I had my own shop on the Hamilton Mountain. This. I'm not making this stuff up because you can't. You can't make it up. It's a book. It's a storybook all on its own. But here's what I want to help you with. The check engine light is on. Don't panic. Get it scanned by a professional. And what do I mean by that? Most problems can be diagnosed from a service light in about an hour. About an hour's labor. If you're working with technicians that, you know what, they don't sit and get fat in front of the TV. They're in the classrooms. They're going to seminars. They have what I put myself on standing order tickets. If there was a seminar, I didn't care where it was, and I could learn more diagnostic skills or learn about machinery, equipment that could help us be more of an asset than a liability to our customers. That's where I was. I'm not much of a sitter anyway when it comes to TV. I'll watch 10 minutes of a movie or watch it almost to the end, just get up and go off and go do something else. But I spent a lot of time in the classroom learning and getting around instructors that have many more years experience in diagnostic work. Don't be afraid when that service light comes on. Approach it this way. My car is trying to tell me something is not quite right in Denmark, and I need someone who can read it and translate it and diagnose it and determine the causal component. Do you remember? 4 things, right? The 4 things to a work order, a service repair order. The concern, the cause, the concern, the cause, the correction, and confirmation. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in there, we're going to scan the computer, and here's where people get lost into really bad information. When we scan the computer for information, it doesn't give us the answer 100% as to why the service light is on. There's a lot more to it than that. So when we delve into it, this is why I always tell you, give them 1 hour diagnostic time. Concern, cause, correction, and confirmation. What's the cause? That's diag time. Like I said, if you're working with technicians that spend time training, retraining, and getting further training, and the shop owner is into that, sending their guys off to get training and further training, you're in the right place. Because in most cases, an hour worth of diag time is more than enough to get down to why is the light on? Why is the service light on? The cause. What is the cause? What is the causal component? That's why I tell you, only authorize 1 hour of diag time at a time. At a time? The time. Yeah. 1 hour of diag time. Make sure that's written clearly on the repair order so that everyone is on the same page and we don't get miscommunication or no communication or lack thereof. Because that happens a lot, and that's what creates the 5 o'clock surprise. So when that light comes on, there is no machine or device we can plug in as service techs and diagnosticians. That's the word. Because that's what we are. You know, we can train monkeys to change oil, brakes, tires, all that stuff. But when it comes to diagnostics, that's where the rubber meets the road. You're either a service tech that is an asset to your customer or you're a liability. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but if the tech doesn't know how to diag, it's going to cost you a fortune for him to perform try-gnostics. Try a part, that was $300. Try another part, well, sorry, that one's like $800. I guess the computer wasn't the problem, because anything electronic that we plug in, we can't send back. There's no return on that stuff. No return, no refund, no exchange. Once we take it out of the package, the box, the packaging, and plug it into your car, you own it. So, I say all that to say this. You need to make sure that you control the amount of diagnostic time. If they don't have it, have a pretty decent idea where the problem is, there, like I said already, there is no device that you plug it in and it starts playing the national anthem for whatever country you live in, and then, ticker tape parade begins and confetti pops out of the machine, and then it gives you a printout and says, change this. That doesn't exist. We don't have no crystal ball, no magic wand. I've ordered them for many years, but they haven't come in. That all comes with spending class time learning new equipment, new technology, how to use it, how to diagnose, and how to get down to the problem in an hour. An hour. And there are the vehicles that are just a real stubborn stain, like mustard. Hey, anybody know how to get mustard out of anything? Put me a comment in on one of our YouTube videos. Hey, Motormouth, I heard you talking about mustard. Try this. Now, if it's a try, that's try-gnostics. What I want is, do this, mustard stain's gone. So how do I relate that to diagnostics? Exactly the same way. We have to take the fault codes, then look them up to see what components are involved in that particular fault code. Now we have to break out and locate those components and individually test each component to verify, is it good or is it faulty? Is it defective? So that's where Diag comes in. We can teach a monkey to download, plug in a device, and pull the fault codes. In fact, I have one, and it's actually a pretty decent little handheld OTC scan tool that allows me to quickly do a quick scan so I can grab fault codes, and then if the vehicle's still running decent, I can just do a quick summary, capture it, store it, and then I can take a look at it after the shop's closed, and I can begin to scribble it out and come up with my game plan to test your vehicle to determine the causal component that has flagged the ECM to put the light on. So there are a lot of moving components to a service light. Once in a while, a blind hog once in a while can find an acorn, if you know what I'm saying. So, if your neighbor has a little code reader and, he scans it and he knows enough to guide you and he hits a home run, God bless him. You know what I'm saying? Well done you. Well done you. But I'll tell you now, that is few and far between. Few and far between. Normally what I would hear is my neighbor told me, I tested this and that. We put $800 into it and the service light's still on. That's not what I want to hear. And that's not money you need to spend. So that's where an hour of diagnostic time with technicians and a shop that are up to date with engine analyzers and scan tools and laptops, that's where this trade has gone. Doing brakes and tires and front end suspension components and steering components, that's a brain dead job. I mean, not to say it's not a hard job, but you know what? It doesn't take a laptop or an engine analyzer, scan tool, and this and that, and all kinds of other high-tech equipment to come up with the answer on a worn-out ball joint. Your brake pads are down to nothingness, and you're grating your rotor like you would grate cheese for a pizza. I think I'm hungry. Anyhow, that's how it works. We pull down the information, pull it off the computers. We do some runtime. If it starts and runs, we take a look at all the sensors that are looking for input. We're getting input and output signals from them, and verifying, are the input signals correct or are the output signals incorrect? So we can give it what I call a yes-no. Not a maybe, not a try, a yes-no. Yes, it's good, or no, it's not. And that's where skills and highly skilled technicians come in to play. It's not a plug-and-play thing. Put in a little cutesy-wootsy little code reader and go change this. It doesn't do that. That's when you're going to get into triagnostics. That's where the money light thing comes in. The money light. When you're taking your vehicle to a shop that doesn't keep up with cutting edge, leading edge technology for diagnosing, when a service light is flagged and drivability issues, maybe the car's running well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's intermittent. That's what we have to determine. Sometimes we have to let the issue develop a little bit more so we can nail it. Otherwise, it can turn into triagnostics, and that's where I would never let a customer pressure me into changing something just to satisfy their fear and anxiety of the money light, the check engine light. So that's the short story. That's how we have to approach it. One step at a time. It's like eating an elephant, I like to say. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do we diagnose a car? One bite at a time, and do not jump ahead when we're diagnosing. Do not skip steps. We need to take all the steps and verify the information we've collected, verified what is accurate, what is not, what needs more testing to determine the causal component that puts the light on. There is no device anywhere on the planet. You plug it in, it gives you the answer. It's all in the hands of the technician and his skill level with cutting edge and leading edge technology, testing equipment, diagnosing equipment, and how to use it properly. Because you can have all the equipment in the world, but if you're a lousy driver, you're still going to put it in the rhubarb, plain and simple. If you have any questions, get in touch with me. You can do that through our website, ccbusnet.com. There is a website form that you can fill out, send me an email, it comes straight to me personally. You can also put a comment in the comment box on any one of our YouTube videos. We put 3 fresh ones out every single week. They're all teaching videos, so you get to learn the fundamentals, the stuff that will help you and prevent you from being ripped off out there in the repair and service industry and the automotive. That's my job. My job's not to step on anybody's toes, but you know what? There's good and bad in all trades, right? Good and bad in all trades. You know, if I'm going in for heart surgery, first thing I'm going to say is, where did you graduate in your class? Yeah. Do you want the guy that just barely made it through? Huh? Heck no. When he says, I graduated with honors, ding, I pick you. Yes. Absolutely. The same goes for automotive service techs. Do I want the guy that watches sports, drinks beer, and farts and burps all the time in front of the TV and practically kills you, but doesn't further his skills on the shop floor? No. That fella is just, he's good for other stuff, but not for diag. And not every automotive technician out there is full hardcore diag. You got to be working with a high-tech shop that has the high-tech equipment, but the guys know how to use it. It's just like an alignment rack for aligning your car. Can have the best alignment rack that they build on the face of this rock we spin on, but if the guy doesn't know how to use it, the alignment's going to suck with a capital K. Simple as that. Well, that's it for me. I got to get out of here, and thank you for taking us along this morning. Let your family, friends, coworkers, neighbors all know about CarConnectionBusinessNetwork.com, our website. All our links available to you in the top right-hand corner of our homepage. All the great, amazing businesses that make Car Connection possible for all these 31 years, and now it's Car Connection Next Gen 2.0, podcast, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Stevensville on the web, the whole 9 yards. We can reach more people, be more effective, be able to help the widows, the orphans, the single moms, the seniors, and just those who are going through some very dark, challenging financial times, and we can fix their car for free. As we're looking forward to getting monetized, when we do, that means we can ask the relationships that we've created with automotive parts stores over 31 years, hey, will you jump on board and help us get the parts that we need to help others at the same time for free? So that's our vision. Come and be part of that, and we thank you for listening, for watching, for connecting, and for becoming part of the Motormouth crew and our Car Connection vision to serve. Life is about people and serving. Thanks for coming along. Happy motoring. Keep it under 100. Put that coffee on and get some snacks, because we're going to come to your house.